health is wealth. So China is presenting a new paradigm of development.
Hello everyone, welcome to Dialogue in Jiangxi. I'm your host, Zoe. Today we are honored to have Mr. Sudheendra Kulkarni, a distinguished Indian scholar researching China's development and poverty alleviation. He is now on a 2-day field visit in Jiangxi province. Let's welcome Mr. Kulkarni. I know that you arrived in Nanchang City yesterday afternoon, right? So could you share with us what's your first impression?
My first impression was one of utter wonderment. I'm coming to Nanchang for the first time. As my flight from Beijing was descending, I looked down and I saw a city with the river crisscrossing, a big lake and so green. And I said, this must be a beautiful city. The one day that I have spent so far has filled me with immense joy, both because of the beauty of the city and equally because of the spirit of the people.
We know that you are writing a book on China's poverty alleviation, right? So could you share with us the key experiences you have summarized so far?
For the past 3 years, I have traveled extensively in rural China. I am overwhelmed by the success of China in becoming free of poverty, in lifting as many as 800 million people out of poverty. A decisive battle was fought against poverty and won. And that is a story of immense importance for the entire developing world and especially India. And I have come to the conclusion after visiting all these places that India and other countries, what we call Global South, we have many lessons to learn from China in eradicating poverty and also rural revitalization. And this is the subject of my book.
So what's the process of the writing of the book? Like 50% you have already finished?
No. It's 90% over.
90%
yes.
already?
Yeah, and
so
only the last 2 chapters were left. One was about traditional Chinese medicine and how traditional Chinese medicine has been modernized and how it has contributed to rural transformation. So that's why I came to Jiangxi province.
Oh, so that was your plan. One of the chapters is about the TCM and then you choose to Jiangxi to study the TCM.
Yeah.
So after today's visit, have you got more thoughts about the TCM?
What I learned since this morning after visiting the traditional Chinese medicine university and then the factory, it is an intelligent factory that uses the latest technologies of artificial intelligence and robots in producing medicines of the purest quality. This is an eye-opener for me. In India, we have Indian traditional medicine. It is called Ayurveda, but Ayurveda is not yet so popular, and therefore I believe that India has to learn from China in how to modernize the traditional Indian system of medicine.
Speaking of the TCM industry, actually TCM industry is kind of one of the featured industry in Jiangxi province, both a long history and sound development with an annual operating revenue of about nearly 28 billion yuan, which is about $4 billion. And beyond the domestic growth, Chinese Jiangxi medical team sent to Africa has set up a TCM center in an African country, Tunisia, and they have provided the training for local doctors. So how do you assess the value of the TCM-based international assistance?
This is great international service by China and by Jiangxi province through traditional Chinese medicine. We have a saying in India, health is wealth. If health is taken care of, then material wealth is secondary. So what China is doing is using traditional Chinese medicine to improve the health of people in other poor countries like in Africa. And I really wish that someday a Jiangxi traditional Chinese medicine center is established in India. We should know more about acupuncture. We should know more about the heat sensitive systems.
What core role do you see like the industrial revitalization play in linking the poverty alleviation with the rural revitalization?
What I understood through my extensive travels in China is that China follows the policy of blood generation and not blood transfusion, which means that make people self-reliant, self-dependent. Of course, earn more, but in addition to earning more, also learn to live better, live responsibly. One of the featured industries is traditional Chinese medicine. Of course, there are many others, including tea. These are the ways in which agriculture can be revitalized. So China is presenting a new paradigm of development.
Thanks so much for your wonderful sharing and your valuable insight. And also, we are looking forward to a new book presenting the true story of China to the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you so much. That's all for today's dialogue in Jiangxi. Thanks for watching and see you next time.